So hi there grade 6 pupils, welcome back again to another video lesson. So we are now on the third week of our video lesson for grade 6 mathematics quarter 2. So during the second week, ang pinag-aralan po natin is the types of proportion, which are the direct, inverse, and partitive, as well as the word problems involving these types of proportions. So for this week, our discussion has something to do with percentage, rate, and base. So we will look for the percentage, rate, and base in the given problem. And of course, our main agenda here is to solve problems involving this percentage, rate, and base. So kung ano ang difference between these three, makikita po natin yan as we go along in this video lesson. So to start our discussion, let us have the lesson objectives. Pupils, you are expected to find the percentage, rate, and base in a given problem. Solve word problems involving percentage, rate, and base. So mamaya, makikita po natin kung ano yung pinagkakaiba ng tatlo na yan, yung percentage, rate, and yung base. So let us have percentage, rate, and base. Percentage is a part of a whole. Okay, so pag sinabi nating percentage, bahagi lang po siya nung kabuuan. Portion lang siya, part lang siya. Yung whole na sinasabi po natin, ito po yung base. Base naman is the number that represents 100% or total value pa something. So siya yung one whole, yung kabuuan. Tandaan natin, yung percentage, part lang po siya ng whole, which is base. And then yung base, siya yung kabuuan, yung total value of a something. And then rate is the percentage written in decimal form. So, in percentage form po yan, yung rate. Makikita po natin mamaya yung rate na yan. So, halimbawa, ang pizza, hinati natin sa 8 slices. And then, kumain ka ng 3. Yung percentage, yung part na kinain mo dun sa kabuuan, which is yung 8 slices, is 3 lang. And then, para malaman yung rate, i-divide lang po natin yung percentage dun sa base. Makukuha po natin yung rate. So, in solving percentage, rate, and base, we will use the Tekans triangle. So, use the Tekans triangle to be familiarized with the formula. So, yung triangle na yan, ito po siya. P stands for percentage. Yung R naman, rate, and then B, base. So, if we're looking for the percentage, all we need to do is to multiply the rate and the base, or rate by the base. And then, if we're looking for the rate, we'll just simply divide the percentage by the base. And then, if the unknown variable is base or B, we will just simply divide the percentage and the rate. So, yan lang po ang ating tatlong formula. So, lahat yan, merong formula in case na unknown sila. Lahat naman yan, ipapakita natin yung mga problems na unknown yung tatlo na yan. And then, i-apply natin yung formula. So, identifying percentage, rate, and base. Consider the problem below. So, kailangan po nating hanapin yung percentage, yung rate, and then base dun sa given problem. Bago po tayo mag-solve, syempre, kailangan alam muna po natin yung percentage, rate, and base kung ano yung kanilang pagkakaiba. So, 30% of 250 is 75. Yan po yung ating problem. What is the percentage? Tandaan po natin kapag percentage, part of a whole lang po tayo. So, part po natin dito is 75. And then, yung whole natin is 250. Yung rate natin in percentage form, 30%. And then, yung base natin, yung the total value of something, yung kabuuan, is 250. Tandaan po natin, mas mataas po ang value ng base kesa sa ating percentage. Ayan. And then rate, usually written siya in percentage form. Pwede rin naman po siya in fraction form. And then of course, kasi yung percentage na yan, kapag i-apply natin siya using the formula, kailangan natin i-change yung percentage na yan, o percent, into decimals. Or pwede rin namang fractions. Another. So 64 is 16% of 400. So what is the percentage? Is it 64, 16%, or 400? Again, percentage, part of a whole. So our answer here is 64. And then the rate, that is 16%. And then base, the total, whole, that is 400. So after identifying the percentage, rate, and base in a given problem, we are now ready to discuss the unknown. So, una muna natin dito is percentage. What if percentage is unknown in a given problem? How are we going to solve for it? If percentage or P is the unknown, then use the formula P is equal to R times B. That is percentage equals rate times base. Take note, R or the rate must be written in decimals before multiplying. So kapag naka-percentage, kailangan po natin yan i-change into decimals muna bago natin i-multiply. So let's have example number 1. What is 15% of 60? So the unknown is P. So we'll have to identify the given first. So P is the unknown, and then R, the rate, that is 15%. And then base is 60 total. Again, yung rate po natin dito, 15%, we have to convert it into decimal. Paano po natin yan gagawin? So yung 15, magmo-move po tayo ng 2 decimal places to the left. From here, so 1, 2. So yung 15% in decimal, equivalent po siya sa 0.15. Now, we are ready to get the unknown, solve for the unknown, which is the percentage. So, formula natin, P is equal to R times B. That is P equals the rate, that is 0.15 or 15 hundredths times 60. So, pakita natin kung paano minumultiply. 0.15 times 60. 0. 5 times 6, that is 30. So, we'll write 0. Then carry 3. 1 times 6, that is 6, plus 3, 9. And then, 6 times 0, that is 0. And then we will count the number of decimal places from our factors. So, ito lang po ang may decimal. So, yung 60 kasi whole number siya. So, ilan ang decimal places niya? 1, 2. So, dalawa po. So, mag-move tayo ng decimal places, dalawa, from our product to the left. 1, 2. So, our answer is 9. So, ibig sabihin, the 15% of 60 is 9. Another example, number 2. 28% of 140 is blank. Again, let's identify our given. Given, P is the unknown. R, that is 28%. And then B, or the base, that is 140. So in 28%, kapag nag-move tayo ng 2 decimal places to the left, it will become 0.28 or 28 hundredths. And then the formula, P is equal to R times P, rate times base. That is 0.28 or 28 hundredths times the base 140. So, kailangan na yun natin i-multiply. Zero times 8, that is 0. 4 times 8, that is 32. So, we'll write 2 and then carry 3. 1 times 8, 8 plus 3, 11. Next, 2 times 0, that is 0. 2 times 4, 8. And then, 2 times 1, 2. And then, yung 0, 0 lang naman ang ilalagay natin dyan. Let's add. 0, bring down. 2 plus 0, 2. 1 plus 8 plus 0, 9. 1 plus 2 plus 0, that is 3. Ayan. So, we'll move 2 decimal places to the left. Kasi, dalawa po yung decimal places dito sa ating factor. Yung 0.28 or 28 hundredths. So, dalawa ang imumove natin. So, our answer is 39.2 or 39 and 2/10. Therefore, 28% of 140 is 39.2 or 39 and 2/10. So, what about if rate is unknown? So, R. So when rate or R is unknown, use the formula R is equal to P divided by B. That is percentage divided by the base. So yung part, i-divide natin siya sa whole. Take note, R rate must be expressed in percentage. So syempre, ang makukuha po nating answer dyan mamaya is in decimal form. So paano natin express yung answer natin in percentage form? Just simply multiply the answer by 100 or just simply move 2 decimal places to the right. So let's have example number 1. 48 is what percent of 240? So nandyan agad yung clue niya, percent. Okay. 48 is what percent of 240? So, paano natin sasagutin yan? Of course, syempre kailangan identify muna natin yung ating given. So, P, yung percentage natin dito is 48 kasi part lang siya. And then, R dito is the unknown. And then, B, the base is 240. Okay. Next, let's have the formula. So the formula, in order for us to solve the rate, we'll just simply divide the percentage by the base. That is 48 divided by 240. So pwede rin natin yung gawing fraction. So magiging 48 over 240. Pwede natin siyang paliitin bago natin siya i-divide. So, just simply think of the greatest common factors of the two numbers. So, kapag nilist down natin yung mga factors ng dalawang number na yan, 48 and 240, the GCF is 48. So, we will divide both numerator and denominator by 48. 48 by 48, that is 1. 240 divided by 48 will have 5. So, yung ating sagot is 1/5. So, lumiit po ang dapat nating i-divide. So, divide na natin. 1 divided by 5. So, cannot be. So, we'll add decimal point. So, magiging 10 siya. 10 divided by 2, that is 2. 2 times 5, 10. So we'll subtract 0. So our answer here is 0.2 or 2 tenths. 2 tenths. 0.2. So, since decimal po yan, kailangan po natin i-change yan into percentage form. So, kailangan natin mag-move ng 2 decimal places to the right. So, from the decimal point to the right. 1, 2. So, our answer, final answer is 20%. 20%, that is equal to 1/5. Therefore, 48 is what percent of 240? Our answer is 20%. Next, problem number 2. What percent of 300 is 42? So our given P, that is 42. Next, R is the unknown, and then B is 300. So, meron po mga problems na kung saan mas mataas yung ating percentage kesa dun sa base. Kapag ganon, lalagpas po sa 100% ang magiging sagot natin. So, let's have the solution. So, yung formula natin, P divided by B. That is 42 divided by 300. Just like we did on the previous example, so pwede po nating kunan yung lowest term ng dalawa. Gawin natin siyang fraction, so 42 over 300. So think of the greatest common factor of 42 and 300, and that is 6. So we'll divide 42 and 300 by 6, both numerator and denominator. So 42 divided by 6, that is 7. 300 divided by 6 will have 50. Now, our answer 7 over 50. So i-divide po natin yan. So 7 divided by 50. 7 divided by 50 cannot be, so 0. And then we'll add decimal point. So magiging 70 na siya niyan. 70 divided by 50, that is 1. Times 50, 50. And then we'll subtract 7 minus 5, that is 2. 0 minus 0, 0. Next, 20 divided by 50 cannot be, so we'll add another 0. This will become 200. 200 divided by 50 now is 4. So 4 times 50, that is equal to 200. So 200 minus 200 now is 0. So our final answer is 0.14 or 14 tenths. So 0.14, i-move po natin 2 decimal places to the right. So this will become 14%. So instead of multiplying the answer, the product, quotient 0.14 by 100, the easiest step is to move 2 decimal places to the right. Anyway, kapag minultiply nyo yung 0.14 or 14 hundredths by 100, lilitaw din po na ang sagot po natin ay 14. So, yung mas madali na lang po. So, to answer the question, what percent of 300 is 42? The answer is 14%. So last one, if base is unknown. When base or B is unknown, use the formula B is equal to P divided by R. So kapag unknown yung total, yung whole, di-divide lang po natin yung percentage by the rate. And then take note, rate or R must be written in decimals before dividing. So kanina, ginawa na po natin yan. So ganun din po ang gagawin natin dito. Pero dito ang operation naman natin is division. So let's have example number 1. 5% of what number is 12? So let's add the given. So the percentage here is 12. And then rate is 5%. So if we are going to convert 5% into percentage, this will become 0.05. Hindi po siya 0.5. Kapag 0.5, that is 50%. Pag 5%, 0.05 or 5 hundredths. Next, base po natin dito is the unknown. Now, let's have the solution. B is equal to P divided by R. So we're going to divide 12 by 0.05 or 5 hundredths. So divide natin ngayon. 12 divided by 0.05. So ayan, kailangan po natin gawing whole number yung divisor. So we'll have to move 2 decimal places to the right. So 1, 2. And then kung ilan ang minove po natin sa divisor, ganun lang din po ang imove natin sa dividend. So nag-move tayo ng dalawa. So magiging 0 po yun. So 1, 2. Ayan. Nandito po ang decimal point. Now, magiging 1,200 siya niyan. So 1 divided by 5 cannot be. Magiging 12. 12 divided by 5, that is 2. 2 times 5, 10. And then subtract. 2 minus 0, 2. 1 minus 1, that is 0. So bring down another 0. 20 divided by 5, that is 4. 4 times 5, that is 20. Ayan. And then bring down another 0. 0 divided by 5, that is 0. So 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. So our answer here is 240. Ayan. So to answer the question, 5% of what number is 12? The number that we are looking for is 240. Let's have number 2. 45 is 37.5% of what number? Okay. Let us identify the given. So P, that is 45. And then R is 37.5. So kapag minove natin yan 2 decimal places, 1, 2, magiging 0.375 or 375 thousandths. And then base is the unknown. Ang 375 thousandths, pwede po natin yang i-change into fraction para mas madali siya. Pakita natin. Magiging 375 over 1,000 siya. And then isip tayo ng GCF. Ang GCF nila is 125. Pag dinivide po natin yan, both numerator and denominator, so 375 divided by 125, that is 3. And then 1,000 divided by 125, lilitaw 8. So yung fractional form niya is 3/8. So para mas madali lang siya, pwede rin namang i-divide natin yung 45 sa 375 thousandths. So, kaya lang, ipapakita ko itong mas, sa tingin kong, mas madali. So, ayan. 45 divided by 3/8. So, giging 45 over 1. So, 45 over 1. And then, change division into multiplication, and then yung reciprocal ng dividend, 3 over 8 magiging 8 over 3. And then we'll apply cross multiplication or cancellation. So 3 and 45. So, itong 45 magiging 15. Itong 3 magiging 1. So, ang matitira na lang po is 15 tsaka 8. 15 times 8, pag minultiply po natin yan, ang lilitaw pong sagot is 120. Okay. So, multiply natin 15 by 8. 5 times 8, 40. So, we'll write 0 and then carry 4. 1 times 8, 8 plus 4, 12. So, our answer, our base is 120. Therefore, 45 is 37.5% of 120. And then, pwede din natin pakita na 45 over 120. Divide natin yung GCF, which is 15. 45 by 15, that is 3. 120 divided by 15, that is 8. Papansin nyo, nakuha din po natin is 3/8. Ayan. Therefore, our answer is 120. So, let us now move on to solving word problems involving percentage, rate, and base. Alam na natin kung paano i-identify yung percentage, rate, and base. And then kung paano din sila sinosolve kapag missing sila or unknown. So let's have the first problem. There are 240 adult residents in Barangay San Pedro Calungsod. Out of these, 35% are fully vaccinated. How many adult residents are fully vaccinated? So meron po tayong a total of 240 residents dun sa Barangay San Pedro Calungsod. And then out of these 240, 35% lang po ang fully vaccinated. Okay, so paano natin kukunin yung bilang ng adult residents that are fully vaccinated? So, how many adults are fully vaccinated? So, the missing or the unknown here is percentage kasi given yung base which is yung total 240 and then yung rate 35%. So, lista lang natin yung given. P here is the unknown. R is 35%. And then, if we're going to convert 35% into decimal, so we move 2 decimal places to the left. So, this will become 0.35 or 35 hundredths. And then, yung base po natin, yung kabuuan, yung bilang ng adult residents dun sa barangay San Pedro Calungsod is 240. Now, our solution here, so sulat natin ng formula, rate times base. So multiply lang natin yung 0.35 by 240. Pakita po natin yan. Ayan, so multiply. 4 times 5, 20. So we'll write 0. Then carry 2. 3 times 4, 12 plus 2, 4. Then carry 1. 0 times 4, 0 plus 1, 1. Next, 2. 2 times 5, that is 10, so 0. Then carry 1. 2 times 3, that is 6, plus 1, yung kinary natin, 7. And then 2 times 0, that is 0. And then we'll now add. 0, bring down, 0 plus 0, 0. Then ito 4, 1 plus 7, 8. So, and then, 2 decimal places ang kailangan nating i-move kasi dun sa ating factor. Dalawa. So, 2 decimal places to the left. 1, 2. So, ang sagot po natin dito is 84. Ayan. So, to answer the question, there are 84 adult residents that are fully vaccinated. Yun yung katumbas ng 35% ng 240. So, let's have problem number 2. After the mathematics test, Stephen got 34 out of 50. What part of the test did he answer correctly? So, malinaw naman po sa ating problem na nag-take si Stephen na mathematics test. And it turned out, nakakuha lang po siya ng 34 out of 50. 50, ito yung total. items. So, ang tanong natin dito, what part of the test did he answer correctly? So, ang missing variable po natin is the rate. Kasi given po yung percentage and then yung base, yung kabuuan. So, yung given natin, P is 34. Kasi 34 yung correct answers niya. And then, yung rate naman is the unknown. And then, B, yung kabuuan, 50. Ayan, kitang-kita na rate po ang nawawala. So, our solution, so R is equal to P divided by B. Percentage divided by base. Next, let us substitute the given. So, 34 divided by 50. So, pwede rin natin yung gawing 34 over 50, syempre, and then we'll get the GCF. So, the GCF between of 34 and 50 is 2. So, we'll divide both numerator and denominator by 2. So, 34 divided by 2, that is 17. 50 divided by 2, that is 25. So, 17 over 25. So, i-divide po ngayon natin yan. 17 over 25. 17 divided by 25 cannot be, so that is 0. Then we'll add decimal point and 0. So, decimal point, i-align po natin. So, magiging 170 siya niyan. Divided by 25, we'll have 6. 6 times 25 is 150. And then we'll subtract 0 minus 0. That is 0. 7 minus 5, 2. And then 1 minus 1, 0. And then we still need to add another 0. So, 20 divided by 25 kasi cannot be. Kaya nag-add tayo ng another 0. So, magiging 200 siya niyan divided by 25. That is 8. 25 times 8, that is 200. Then, subtract. The answer is 0. So, that is 0.68. So, yun nakuha nating answer, 0.68. Kailangan nating i-move yan 2 decimal places to the right. So, 1, 2. So, our answer is 68%. Again, 0.68 multiplied by 100 will still get 68% as our answer. Therefore, to answer the question, what part of the test did Stephen answered correctly? The answer is 68%. Last problem, number 3. In an auditorium, a concert held where 390 seats are occupied. These seats is 65% of the whole seating capacity. What is the total number of seats in the auditorium? So, concert ang pinag-uusapan natin dito wherein 390 seats are occupied. Ibig sabihin, 390 persons ang nakahupo, which is equivalent daw po sa 65% ng whole seating capacity. Hindi siya 100%. 65% lang. So, our question here is, what is the total number of seats in the auditorium? So, we have there the word total. So, we are looking for the base. So, base po ang nawawala dito. So, let's have our given. P is equal to 390. And then, rate natin is 65%. So, kapag change natin yan sa decimal, magiging 0.65 or 65 hundredths. And then, yung base natin is the unknown. Next, the formula, B is equal to P divided by R. So, that is 390 divided by 0.65. So, divide natin ngayon 390 divided by 0.65. So, since decimal po yung ating divisor, so we'll need to make it as a whole number. So, by moving 2 decimal places to the right. And then yung minove natin, syempre, ganun din po ang i-move natin dito sa ating dividend. So, 1, 2. So, we'll add another 2 zeros. So, magiging 39,000 siya niyan. So, divide natin. So, 3 divided by 65 cannot be. 39 divided by 65 cannot be. So, again, we'll get another 0. The next digit after 9. So, magiging 390. 390 divided by 5, that is 6. And then, times 65, 390. So, subtract natin, ayan, 0. So, and then, yung dalawang 0 na in-add natin kanina is i-rewrite lang ng po natin sa itaas. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot po natin is 600. So, yung base natin is 600 lang po. What is this 600? This is the total number of seats in the auditorium, wherein 390 seats or equivalent to 65% of the seats are occupied. So on the next video lesson, we will be discussing solving percent problems, specifically discounts, original price, rate of discount, sale price, and markup price. So I hope you've learned something from this video lesson.